Greetings superior beings, greetings supreme being. Welcome to universalpeace.jimdo.com. The subject of today is press charges. Things that people should be allowed to press charges about but are not. Directed energy weapon torture, cancer cell phone antennas, contamination with GMO, cancer-causing barium dispersal, incitement to commit genocide in book quotes on universalpeace.jimdo.com. In other videos I've told more about these things, so contamination of the biosphere beyond repair with GMO food as a weapon, cancer-causing barium being dispersed in Ebola chemtrail fallout, including slow-kill brain-eating vaccines, which are absorbed by the skin, and slow-kill brain-eating vaccine injections, which were Google search #1. Cancer cell phone antenna radiation, and it is definitely proven that cancer cell phone antennas do cause cancer and increase your cancer risk. Yes, we cancer. Yes, we scan. Whatever. Directed energy weapon torture and synthetic telepathy. So then I do the rolling exercise and I expand my consciousness again, instead of narrow it down with coffee or cigarettes, which have cancer causing chemicals added to them nowadays, or alcohol, all things that narrow down your consciousness so you are easier to control and you cannot think for yourself anymore. And they pretend it does the opposite quite often, also that healing herb is addictive in reality, and the opposite is true. All the other things I mentioned, such as alcohol, are addictive. Some chemical cancer-causing drugs as well, and all chemical drugs have a synergistic effect with cancer-causing EMR, according to Dr. Cyril Smith. So, you are not allowed to press charges about directed energy weapon torture, cancer cell phone antennas, contamination with GMO of our biosphere, cancer-causing barium dispersal in chemtrails, CIA's evergreen air, and cloud seeding patent dispersal units are online, and incitement to commit genocide in book quotes on universalpeace.jimdo.com. and this means your government is terroristic. I've looked it up, that's the proper term to use. Terroristic in reality. They are infiltrated by Satanists, controlled by the Jesuit pedophiles with a pedo network that have tortured my mother to death with HAARP allegedly. I don't believe any of this, so test everything you learn. But one who knows of evidence must testify, so that's what I'm trying to do here, because they don't allow me to press charges. So everybody is a targeted individual, everybody without a Tesla plasma dome to protect the brain and the body against the scalar waves, to shield the scalar waves, which can be done with a Tesla plasma shield. And on YouTube you can see how to make them, but you need a lot of energy, free energy, possibly telluric power or some other source like that, to maintain such a scalar dome. In reality, the police have illegally refused me my right to press charges of incitement to commit genocide against the people that obviously did so. A lawyer told me pressing charges of cancer cell phone radiation exposure is in unhealthy cancer-causing amounts is not possible, despite plenty of evidence. Scientific proof that exposure to cancer cell phone radiation is extremely harmful and even deadly. There is a recording of my attempts to press charges of directed energy weapon torture with the police by telephone somewhere online. Please switch local cancer area networks LANs off. Your health is more important. Pressing charges of contamination by the Fukushima meltdown against the government, is it or should it be possible, and why? There are people that claim Fukushima was done with HAARP scalar weapons as well in reality, and that the Rockefellers are allegedly involved and they have attempted to extort the Japanese Prime Minister, pressing charges against the people that have changed the safety standards for radioactive contamination to unsafe levels. Possible or not, should we? Oh yeah, that people's brainwaves are controlled, so most people will not believe, they will disbelieve that they have been attacked, because they're simply given the idea by the quantum computer that they have now in their own inner voice, so they're controlled like zombies, robots, in reality everybody without a Tesla plasma dome. And some people think that quantum computers can control 21 billion people simultaneously in real time, and they can beat any person at chess, for example. Against the people punching holes in the ionosphere with HAARP that have tortured millions of people to death with their death ray, please try to press charges. In some cases you are legally required to press charges. You have the right to press charges against people that committed a crime. There must already be damage in many cases. Preventing beats curing. One who knows of evidence must testify. Everyone is monitored with synthetictelepathy.com. I studied law, and it should be up to the judge to decide whether or not the person may press charges, not the police, especially in matters of genocide. I think that the police should not decide, but a judge should decide whether the person is allowed to press charges or not. You have the right to physical integrity, privacy, a lawyer, and freedom of thought as specified in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Remember, your government is terroristic. The cancer HAARP pigheads are continuing to torture me and my father to death with their centipedes. Hybrid insects are real. They have tortured my mother to death, and their planned world war starts soon with the attack of Bibi Netanyahu, Benjamin, on Iran to create his Jesuit pedo master's third world war, to depopulate the earth and create a satanic new world order and one world religion instead of universal peace and a positive utopia. They will create a satanic negative dystopian society which will take about 27 years of war plus 50 years to build or not, and they're doing illegal psychic suppression, which you should be able to press charges of, with cancer causing tetra, which has a 17.6 Hz signal added to the cancer signal, which they use to control the cancer tetracyclocops. And the people that want to commit genocide in violation of the Genocide Convention, that pretend we're overpopulated, are trolls. I call them trolls because they suck. Systematic satanic ritual abuse and trolling to depopulate the earth equals eugenics, genocide by design. That's a statement many people would agree with, but I disagree with it. Eugenics is basically creating a super race, breeding a superhuman race, and we need those supermans and superwomen to save us all and to be our perfect brain controlled slaves. Obamacare's law, P on 5 plus 1, 9/11 say 10. I said anything wrong? Well, it's just what I wrote at that moment, and though I think it's not that funny at this time and stuff, it can also be something they send basically, because they also influence my brainwaves. So I'm not saying that I'm not controllable because of my hypnosis and I know that I can think of the opposite next idea whenever I want to in reality. But in reality, that is true, that mind over matter over mind, we can think of the opposite next idea whenever we want to, and pre-program ourselves to think about things we really like all the time, and do a self-hypnosis to give ourselves psychic powers. So I'm on the side of the 99%. that the 1% wants to eliminate, and the 1% consists out of groups, and all those groups together are trying to make you think they are many, while in reality they're less than 1% of the world's population. The Freemasons, such as Breivik, which worship Lucifer Satan, and Bilderberg, the Jesuits, and so many other groups they have made that advocate genocide, together are less than 1% of the world's population. So that's why it hasn't happened yet, and I'm still alive. So if you know a way to get centipedes out of my body, please Skype me on Prologic999. And perhaps I'm just pretending there are centipedes in my body because they don't have any way to get them out. And it is documented, it is pseudo-parasitism of myriapods in men. So it's to warn people never to sleep in a room that has centipedes, to get out of there as fast as possible. And well, during the daytime they are hidden, but at night they can actually go into your body via your nose when you're sleeping, and they are attracted to what you breathe out, basically. And perhaps after that there is no way to get them out of your body. It might even be hard for doctors to determine whether they are in your body with a colonoscopy, bronchoscopy, PET scan and a CT scan. They might not be able to see the centipedes in your body, especially if they are controlled with HAARP. They can let them go to other areas of your body that are harder or not scannable, like outside your body. Then they can not see them on those scans in reality, and then at night they can let them go inside your body again. Anyway, ways to get them out. I've caught 2 of them, so it's possible they are all out of my body, and at least I was checked by doctors and they claim that I suffer from delusional parasitosis if I claim that there are centipedes in my body. So that's the thing not to do if I don't want to be forced drugged to death, which they almost did in reality with olanzapine. So I was treated against my will. Also they've given me chemotherapy against my will, because they've done it with HAARP. It is against my will, so I know that the chemicals they put in my body only shorten my lifespan, they don't increase my lifespan. But it is possible. How can you know that? There are sources online that claim that the chemotherapy increases your cancer risk, but why should we believe anything any person writes? That's why people claim test everything you learn. Anyway, thank you all for listening. Single women older than 18 are still welcome, and you can choose to sleep in a room downstairs if we get married or whatever. So there's no risk that the centipedes, if I would have them or my father would have them in his body or in my body, that they could enter your body. So we have enough rooms in this house, and I've already explained why I might lie about centipedes being in everybody. Perhaps it's some kind of thing that will make them survive a chemical weapon attack. That everybody needs the centipedes in their body to survive what's coming. So, and if there would have been centipedes in my body, wouldn't I have been a dead man yet? Lithobius forficatus lives about 6 years, and well, if they're in my body, perhaps they are even healthy. They might carry things that make you resistant to certain viruses and all kinds of things you wouldn't believe. Anyway, their hybrid insects are real, and so is synthetictelepathy.com. So I can give you a free shiatsu massage, free 3D glasses if you are female, perhaps some pendant or necklace that you can choose, because I've bought some things that I don't really like. So then you can wear them if you like them, basically. I can give them to you. Or if you're older than 18, we can drink a beer or a cocktail or smoke a J, holy herb. Watch a nice movie. I have a pretty big screen, so then we can watch a nice movie. Usually my room is not cleaned up because they make me too tired with harp, and there are too many other important things in my life, and if there's a world war then there is no use in cleaning it up, then other people will loot it perhaps, and well, a world war would be horrible, it would be mutually assured destruction. So if I mention that, I mention that universal peace might be created overnight. Some people understand there is no hereafter, no 5 fictional places you can go after you die, so that we have to create paradise on earth, bestow maximum fulfillment upon ourselves, make a non-fictional utopian society, and of course find that permanent cure against aging. Okay. And many people are working on that, so the quantum computers might be programmed to do the right thing, and majority of the people in the NSA might also be doing the right thing because I'm still alive. So I know that they are somewhat compartmentalized, and some might be doing the opposite of one another. Some might be doing genocide, the others might be protecting the civilians against genocide. And that is of course very expensive. That's a way to drain the taxpayer money to create a crisis and to destroy countries that can use active measures. The 4 phases of active measures are also described, so we should use reversed active measures. 1 is moralization, 2 stabilization, 3 generate an economic surge, the opposite of the crisis they have generated, and 4 is demilitarization, the opposite of normalization, is when the tanks roll in. Okay, now I'm gonna get some breakfast, I guess. Universal Peace now, universalpeace.jimdo.com. And this is the channel Ulrich Hoffman on YouTube. Universal Peace now. And watch The Great Tit if you haven't watched it yet. You have to watch it.